Welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be jumping back into our city farmer simulation. We're going to be playing Sunhaven. Let's get to it. Alright, so where we last left off, we had visited the town barracks, the guard shack, and we were talking to this character here to get the next favor or assistance request that they needed. We were also going through the items that we have so far, doing a little bit of inventory management, and continuing to clear our farm in preparation for putting more crops down. So we're just going to follow along with this person's quest line, which is basically, hey, hit this dummy and I'll give you a new sword, and keep pushing through until we're hitting something significant that maybe I'm going to comment on. So just something to point out, this is a really big map for the game. We've only really hit a portion of it, and we're gonna go over here and talk to the town blacksmith, who happens to also be the person we met on the train. They are actually an apprentice to this town blacksmith, so we're gonna get quite a few quests from them. And we're also going to be able to use the blacksmith and his apprentice as merchants in the future. So for now, we're going to just go through his little tutorial / quest, which is clear these rocks. And this gives you an idea how to use the pickaxe. However, we've been using this pickaxe on our farm to clear a lot of the rocks and boulders and trash. So we kind of already know how to use a pickaxe, but we'll entertain his quest. Alright, by mining those rocks, we got some mining XP and a couple other bonus XP rewards too. Our clock is red at the top left. As you can see, it's 10 o'clock, and I need to make sure that I get my character in bed before a certain time, otherwise they will pass out. So I'm going to hustle back to my farm and make sure I get to bed before I end up passing out on the grass and getting a penalty for doing that. As you can see, the time starts shaking when you get closer and closer to midnight. And now I made it there. Now you can play this game with mouse and keyboard, or you can play it with a controller. As you can see, I'm currently playing it with a PlayStation controller. However, the button mapping is pretty much going to be Xbox, since majority of the games on Steam seem to prefer Xbox controllers. But you can still use PlayStation controllers. You just have to mentally map the PlayStation buttons to the positionings of where the Xbox controller buttons are. I'm gonna do some watering of my crops here because they are pretty dry, and you'll know your soil is ready for planting because it'll turn dark from you putting water down. Now I have to keep going to the little pool here to refill my flower pot so that I can continue watering. And then at some point I'll be able to break out my scythe when these are full grown and harvest this like it's grain or wheat that I'm growing currently. And then I could turn around and use that to make other things, or just take it to the local vendor and sell it for profit. We'll put down a couple plots of land here and at least get our initial farms going. So we'll speed this process up. Alright, we're getting a visit from our favorite merchant, Miss Anne here. Doesn't seem to get along with her too well, but I noticed that. But she does like to pop by, maybe because she's all about profit, and he probably sees through it, so. Okay, so she gave you kind of another objective along with some kind of equipment to get started, maybe some berries or something like that. So we have a couple more characters standing outside of their house, and we have the lady and the two kids. We have the town mayor here, Lucia, who's also the town sorceress. My understanding in this game is that you can draw favor for pretty much all the characters here. The different characters like different types of gifts. There's all kind of resources out there on the web where you can kind of match the gifts to the different characters to get the most benefit and bonuses out of them. But I usually try to wing it and give them a gift that I think makes sense. They'll kind of tell you if they like it or not. Usually it'll be kind of a wow or like, oh gee, thanks. But you just kind of wing it unless you really want to get the details. You can go online to any of the wikis and find out who likes what. But we're going to continue to go through town, talk to people. Definitely look at the job board, because that's kind of how we get some pop-up quests and how we can get some good profit and XP, so that we can buy more seeds and other things like that. Always want to visit the general store, because this is kind of like one of the main places to go to get seeds, so that we can get our farming business going pretty strong. And wheat seems to sell pretty well here, but it does get expensive to buy all the seeds you need to keep a strong, profitable farm going. So now that I have some seeds, and I have a basic furniture table that the vendor gave me, because she wanted me to try my luck at doing some furniture, which you can also sell, but it requires chopping down a whole lot of trees. This will be my next couple objectives. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do, just as I have my house over here, I'm going to go ahead and do my crafting benches over here as well. My little workshop area, because I try to like keep them close to the house. But eventually you can kind of expand and build dedicated sheds and houses just to hold this type of equipment. Like I said way back in video number 1, I have played this game, put quite a few hours into it, and I'm pretty far along on my main save game, but I've taken such a long break that my main save looks very foreign to me, because I've unlocked pretty much majority of the benches and quite a few high-level tools. So I may come back and show that playthrough, depending on the interest in this one. For now, we're going to roll with this fresh start, just to give people a glimpse and understanding of the game and how it is. Very similar to Stardew Valley, which I also have not finished, but it's based on farming and building relationships and trying to get as much profit as you can, as well as unlocking advanced tools so that you can clear things that are not clearable right now, like all these big boulders. Cannot clear them right now because I don't have strong enough tools. But the good thing is you can get a lot of random stuff on the beach, which refreshes every couple days, so you always have kind of a good supply of items. These guys are a little tough to fight initially. They're all level 2. You can try to fight them, but if they gang up on you, it becomes a problem. And there we go. So thankfully I had a sword. The first time I tried to fight these guys, I did not have a sword, so that made it really hard. And look at all these resources. We're gonna go through and pick up everything here. And especially with us crafting furniture, we're really going to need a ton of wood. So even though they're labeled as logs, that's pretty much the in-game wood is all the logs here. So we'll go ahead and clean this bench up and then take it back to our main farm and keep going from there. This guy has a little side quest for me. He is the captain of the guard. I kind of already talked to his lieutenant earlier. All right, so we got his side quest. And as I'm clearing this beach, it's giving me exploration XP as well. So that's one thing you'll notice is all the different categories that you get XP in. You can unlock new skills depending on the category, you know, that you have XP in. Here are all those different categories I was telling you about. Looks like about 5 of them. And just day to day, certain things you're doing is going to give you XP, and then you decide what you want to rank up. Usually there ranks up to level 3 for each skill, and it kind of gives you an idea what the bonuses are when you level those up. So quite a bit of customization you can do for your character. No character is alike. My original character has the points all in different areas from this character. However, again, this character is really meant to be an introduction to the game, just to give people an idea how it is. All right, so we have a turn in to Lucia option here. So Lucia is the town mayor. So we're headed back to talk to her to turn in whatever we need to turn in for her quest or her task. We got another townsperson here that we're meeting, Miss Kitty. And she is your local pet owner. So when you're trying to build your barn and you need cows and pigs and sheep, you go talk to her and she is the one that can sell you that. All right, just gonna take a look at some of the menus here. Obviously I went over the skills, but as you can see here, there's a relationship tab, quest tab. You can always kind of keep track of all the different favors you've told people you would honor. And the good thing is a lot of them do not have expirations. So you can really take your time and don't have to rush to get these guys certain things. Now there are certain quests that do have expiration dates, or they have calendar dates where like, hey, on this day we're going to be doing this, and then you really don't have a choice but to follow that calendar date and to meet the objectives. It is 8:40 p.m. We're going to head back to our farm see if there's anything we can do over here, but at least we are close if we need to go to sleep. Some hidden treasure over here. We have to chop down all these trees here and pick up all these weeds, which will turn into plant fiber, but also give us quite a bit of XP in the harvesting category. We're getting a lot of seeds here, a lot of tickets. Tickets are usually for the bonus kind of events that pop up in the game. And whatever trees we can chop down, we will. It just all depends on what kind of axe it calls for. These big brown trees, we need a stronger axe to cut those down, but otherwise the other trees are fair game for chopping down for logs. And we're coming up on the midnight mark, so the good thing is that we're staying close to our farm, to our house, so we can quickly run and jump in bed before it hits midnight. Meanwhile, we'll just kind of keep harvesting things, mining things to get some extra XP, squeeze in a bit before we have to go to bed. And if you haven't seen it already, there's kind of like a little XP counter in the bottom right. Kind of gives you an idea of what's about to level up, where you're going to get some points so that you can allocate those. And here's our summary for the day, how we did. So I think we've come to a good point where we can put a bookmark in it. Yeah, I really like this game. Just trying to show you the viewers a introduction to it, but hopefully if there is enough interest out there, enough comments, I'd like to revert back to my original save and then show you how far along you can get in this game. So as always, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.